Hey Natural Loves, welcome back to my channel.
Sorry, go.
We're keeping that in there.
Okay.
Hey Natural Loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I am Shar. This is Lo.
What's up, Natural Loves?
Make sure you hit that red subscribe button so that way you'd be notified when all of our new videos go up.
Yeah, that's big skeet to y'all.
Yeah. So, y'all, this is the video that you all have been asking for. Y'all wanted him on here.
Wait, they requested me?
Yes, they have been asking.
They like my takeover that one day?
They like you.
Oh, I thought you lost followers that day. They this guy.
They also have been wanting to know an update on our marriage of our 6 years.
We still together.
6 years. Yes, even though I didn't put my ring on.
See?
Look, we
being married is like being in a gang, man. Your wedding wing. Your
wedding wing.
I'm hungry, man. We having Wingstop tonight, right?
No.
All right. Having your wedding ring is like having your flag, man.
Have some Wingstop.
I'm married. I'm married. I'm married.
Give him some Wingstop, y'all.
I'm married. What's up, YouTube? I'm married. Like.
Anyways, I didn't put mine on. Sorry. Mine is out there in the jewelry cabinet.
Doing a married vlog and you ain't even.
That's all right. Y'all seen. Y'all know us.
The rings is for y'all. We know we married. Like
we married. So, you know, I'm not gonna hold you guys long. That's always been my motto. I'm not doing that. But you guys you guys requested a Q&A from us, and we already see how this is starting to take off and go.
I'm a fool and a half.
Yes. All right, y'all. So, let's first introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm Lo. We already introduced ourselves. They know who you are.
They want to know.
That's too much information. They want to know my full name.
How old you are. They want to know how old you are.
Filling out a survey for the Census Bureau. You don't need to know all of that. I'm older than you.
Maybe sometimes they're not. They want to know how old you are.
Look, man, I'm sure y'all could Google it. I don't know. Probably not. I'm in my mid-30s, okay? But I got the soul of a 45-year-old Detroit man, so.
Wow. Guys, you know I'm Shar, and I'm 32.
They know who you are. Like, why do you have to... This is like episode 500 for you, and you got to still introduce yourself?
It's because what if we have new...
Then they need to scroll back and look at the previous episodes. You've been doing this for like a year and a half. If they don't know who you are now, then they're not for you.
Y'all already see how this is going to go, right? So I'm not going to hold y'all long, because he's going to just have you laughing the whole time. My glasses points are already tight because he's making me laugh so hard. That's
a good part. Laughter is a good part of marriage. Having fun together, guys. Laugh a little bit.
It is. So first, everybody wants to know, where are we from?
Detroit.
Yes, I am from Detroit as well.
Detroit, Michigan.
From Houston.
Right.
We've been in Houston 10 years though, but we are from Detroit.
Very much we cool. I love Houston. Houston's amazing, but like I have not assimilated into Houston culture. I'm Detroit, born and raised, you know what I'm saying, through and through. You feel me? So ain't no what it do's, it's straight what up does. You feel me? What up, though?
What up? All right, so now let's get into the real questions, right?
I like long walks on the beach, crunch berries, and quilted northern toilet paper. I thought they wanted to know.
So first question everybody wants to know is, how did we meet? Do you want to tell this story?
You tell it, and I'll add my commentary in.
All right, so I'll give you the quick version here, right? So the very first time we met was 2007. We met at a mutual friend's house. Did not like Lo. Really didn't like him because I came in. But hold on, I came in. I greeted everyone, me and my girls. He goes, "Hey, dark skin." Just like, hey. Didn't even call my name. No, nothing. Didn't even acknowledge my name, right? He wasn't trying to holler, nothing like that. He wasn't like, oh no, oh hey, dark skin. But even then, what's up, dark skin?
You use code names. You don't just.
And just kept doing what he was doing, right?
Yep.
So I didn't like him, and I was just like, oh, who's your friend? You know, one of those. Fast forward years later,
No, wait. Like, let's paint the full context. Her and her friends was like, they had moved to they was out in the suburbs and used to come into the city to hang out with the city boys.
We did. Well, because I'm from the city too, so let's not.
Yeah, but you had moved to the suburbs. You left the city. So then you come in, you know what I'm saying?
Twisted.
She trying to come in there, you know what I'm saying? They want to be, it's like Nunu from ATL. Like, they want to come in and like, you know what I'm saying? Hang out with the city boys.
I'm sure. Anyways, fast forward to 2010, 2011, right? 2011. So I went on a trip to visit my cousin in California.
Mm-hmm.
He went on a trip to
a suitcase
Vegas.
full of Vaseline.
This is like after he graduated college. I'm in college, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we also gotta say where you graduated from and everything too. Where you graduated from?
What they gonna Google all of this? My social security stuff. I don't need you to steal my identity. You asking for too much information.
He's not gonna.
It's public information, but I'm not gonna give it to you all in one sitting because you just sit up there like, all right, he's this old. He went to this college. His last four of his social is this. Nah, like I went to school in Ohio. That's all I need to know.
Okay. So, anyways, and it's actually the beginning of the year. Let me just tell you this. This is the beginning of the year of 2012, actually. I had to go back and get my dates right. The beginning of the year 2012. This is March time, right? Because his birthday is in March. He went to Vegas with his boys. I went to California with my cousin. So, he messages me, hey.
Slid into her DMs.
Into my DMs, right?
Not on no sleazeball shit, though. That's not how I roll.
Like, nothing like that. And then I'm out in California and I'm talking to my cousin. I was like, look who just messaged me. And I'm telling her, and I was like,
ghetto ruffian.
And I was like, remember back in the day when I was telling my cousin about him, and I was like, he called me dark skin. He would never knew my name. Hold on.
And I called her dark skin, not on no colorism stuff, because I'm attracted to dark skinned women. Like, that's, you feel me? Like, I love the chocolate. Like, I'm a dark skin connoisseur, right? I'm pro dark skin. So did that hurt your feelings? Did it make you feel out of place? Did you feel like
no, it didn't hurt my feelings. It was just like, bro, I have a name.
Oh, okay. Well,
it was like,
code name.
Call me by my name.
I don't know you like that to be using your real name.
Anyways, so I messaged my cousin and I was like, I'm talking to my cousin while he had messaged me, and I was telling her like the whole backstory, and I was like, we had a mutual friend, blase, and she was like, that was years ago. You see that he graduated from college. Maybe he has matured since then. She was like, it's just a text conversation.
Dice roll.
She was like, message back. Well, these was DMs on Facebook. She was like, message back and just see where it goes from there. It never hurts to just respond. So we started messaging back and forth while I'm in California, he in Vegas, right? After that, so we said we came back the same time, right? The same weekend we were coming back. So we was like, well, Saturday, let's go out to dinner. Let's meet up. So I was like, I wasn't in a relationship, but I was talking to somebody, right? And I was just like, well, let's just see. And it never hurts because I'm not committed to anybody. So I go on a date with Lo. Well, actually, it wasn't a date. It was just hanging out, right?
Yeah.
We hung out just to see where this would go.
Trying to catch a vibe.
And we had a really deep conversation. Like, we were talking about...
Because I'm an intellectual.
We were talking about things that, life, where we see ourselves, our plans, our future. So it was like, this was a really good conversation. So later on, like a day or two later, we reconnected again and we were messaging back and forth. She couldn't
stay away from me.
I'm sure. We were texting back and forth. Had to have me. And I ended up being out, like getting ice cream with the one dude who I was talking to. And so I was just like, this dude is not. I got to be cooler than this cat you're sitting with. So Lo texted me and was like, what you doing? You want to go to a movie or whatever? And the dude that I was with, because I really wasn't even interested in him. That was the whole reason of me talking to Lo. I was trying to find a way to... She was trying to find a better person. I was trying to find a way to even break up with this dude too. I was trying to figure it out.
I thought y'all wasn't together.
Like we were hanging out. You know what I mean?
You said break up with him. Like, did you have to write him a letter? To completely
cut him off and just not, be gone. So
you ghosted him?
I did. I was just like, oh, I got other things to do. I got some other plans. Something came up. And
wait, if next time I go back up to the city, is this for he stole my woman from me? Damn him. Damn.
No.
I gotta look over my shoulder.
So anyways, I left that And then we went to the movies. We were hanging out.
Holding hands. She wanted to hold my hand.
We have been together
I held her
ever
hand.
since April of 2012.
Hold my hand. Can we hold hands?
We've been together ever since April of 2012.
Yeah.
So that's how we met. That's how long.
I was gonna say because I be losing count. We've been married for 6 years, we've been knowing each other for I don't know how long, and we've been dating since 2012. So
yeah, so there you go. You do the math.
It's a lot of math. I don't know.
But would that align with like your story of how we met?
Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah. See.
And we've been inseparable ever since until we get on each other's nerves.
So we just answered the other question of how long have you been together? Mm-hmm. Now. The other question people ask, because they see that we have corporate jobs and we do this, what type of work do we do?
So I'm a marketing specialist. I've been a marketing specialist for the past 12 years, going on 13 years. Yeah. In different industries. I started off in, quick service restaurants. So for McDonald's, I worked for the agency for them, fresh out of college. I was in oil and gas when we moved here. I was in IT. Now I'm in the automotive industry. But I've been marketing specialist, like crafting campaigns, coming up with like local marketing solutions. There was a time when I wasn't working, and I was freelance, so I was helping mom and pop businesses. I help creatives market their stuff, artists. You know what I'm saying? So I do a little bit of everything, and I'm a podcaster, so a real one.
A real one. What episode you on?
I just did my 400th episode in a row, and I took a break. I'm taking a break to help Neezy with her stuff. So
yeah. So I thought you wasn't gonna give them your full rundown there. Now they're gonna.
I'll give my resume because what if they hiring
you and everything? You did corporate marketing for McDonald's.
I just said the one thing. That was so many years ago. If you can find those records, but again, if y'all hiring or if y'all need marketing stuff, hit me. That's cool. I'm gonna put my resume out there so you can trust what I say. If I give you a marketing plan, it's gonna help you grow and capitalize and get your return on investment for your marketing budget. Yeah.
So y'all know what I do. You know,
you're a travel agent.
I do
travel agent.
Everything. Yes, I'm a travel agent.
She's a Jamaican for real.
You sound like my dad. My dad just said that too. He was like, "So you got like 4 or 5 jobs, right?"
Hustler of the year.
I'm a travel agent. I make natural hair care products, which you guys know. My Instant Moisture Duo, Naturally Now. You see the brand that I'm already wearing. On top of that, like my daytime job, where I support someone else's dream, is I'm in the customer service field, customer service management, things like that, guys. So, yeah, we don't get too much into that because that's the corporate part. Everything that you know is I'm your go-to travel agent. You reach out to me. I make natural hair care products. I help you with your hair as well. I don't do hair no more, but I can refer you to my sister who does.
I told you, mid-30s, still got a head full of hair, no balding, no receding. You feel me? You see that? Hurricane season. Wow. You feel me?
So, all right. Now we're getting into
they still spinning.
Questions. Get into the real questions. So, first question was, you've been married for 6 years. How does it feel? And what have you learned in the 6 years that you didn't know before? Okay.
How do I feel? I feel good. I feel amazing. It's like I have my person. And I know, it's people out there, you know what I'm saying, that's still searching, or they find people, you think somebody the person and they not, or whatever. I love her more now. I love her when we first got together. I love her even more now than when we first met. Because, the thing about marriage is, y'all learn each other and stuff, but if you really truly committed, as y'all change and evolve and grow together, you become different people, but you become different people together, and you learn each other every day, on a new level. It's like a Rubik's Cube, man. Y'all just keep cracking each other's codes, and then as soon as that, you wake up, it's a new adventure, but you get to do it together. So it's fun in that regard. And you said the second question, the follow-up question was?
What have you learned that you didn't know back then?
It's not that I didn't know it, but in the advice that I always give to married folks is, man, it is work. You feel me? And I knew that going into it, and that's one of the many things that we talked about when we was in our dating phase. We just understood, because a lot of people, I think, just kind of get together. Yeah, you find your person, but your person may go through some stuff and they may change. You may go through some stuff and you may change, and then now y'all don't like each other no more. Or you're not doing the work because, the wedding was cool, or y'all took the fancy photos and everything looked cool, but y'all don't really like each other, or you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no real compatibility no more because y'all not growing together. You feel me? So I just would say that it's work, and the amount of work that it is. Like it's constant maintenance. It's never no one, oh, we just gonna get to this point, we gonna be good forever. Nah, like it's always a constant just growing and learning and just compromising and just it's all these things. So what about you?
Definitely I would piggyback off of like the compromising part, because that is something and I can't say that I didn't know that, but this is something that I had to learn more in depth, I would say, as far as compromising and being like, I can't just say if I'm leave, I'm just gonna leave and do what I want to do, right? I still have to think about him too, right? And so while we're sitting
make dinner for yourself, you'll be alright.
Right, you can't do that. You can't.
I mean, you could, but
it
ain't gonna go well.
It's not right. You know what I mean? And then as far as like when I say compromise, when there's certain things that you want to do that I don't want to do, and it's like, okay, well, we're a marriage, we're a team, so let's support each other, right? So, for instance, on a Sunday afternoon, he wants to watch football. I want to watch one of my shows. Early on, I'll be like, well, I'm not finna hang with you. I'm finna go and watch my show, and you finna be out here and watch football. But he still wanted me, like, in his space and to chill and hang with him, right? Yeah. So I started to compromise.
It's my best friend.
Like, let me watch football. Let me just pique an interest in it, right?
Yeah.
Teach me about it. So show me, like, who's the linebacker, quarterback, whatever they doing, right? So then I can at least know what I'm watching. Because, like, I will watch it so it would be on while my dad would be on.
Because this is before Taylor Swift came to football. Because then now, everybody who didn't care about football is all into football now. Taylor Swift.
Because, like, I grew up in a household with both my parents. So, my dad always watched football. You would hear him yelling at the screen, blah, blah, blah. And we'd be like, yeah, you yelling for what? He got the ball. He didn't get the ball, right? What? Okay. So, then now that I have a husband, well, this is years ago, when we had first moved in together, I made that compromise to start sitting and learning football. I already knew basketball because he knew, like, I'll watch basketball with you.
Right.
Now, I may not know the players' names, but I got
I start giving them, I give them nicknames and give her the storylines. Yeah.
Then there we go. But really sitting and taking that time and finding interest in what he likes, and then vice versa. He finds interest in what
I watch Housewives. I love me some Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah. And I'm getting him on Potomac now.
I rock with Potomac.
And then I got him on Married to Medicine because he
didn't know. I will watch it all.
He didn't know how messy they are on Married to Medicine.
Hey. but I know y'all probably like, oh, I ain't watching this. Hey, look, man, compromise. I get to watch football in peace. So in return,
but you know what? One show, before we even move on to our next question, one show that I didn't even think he would pique interest in, that he wouldn't watch it because it had zombies and stuff in it. But earlier this year, when The Last of Us came out, because he knew that my sister and I played the video game and everything, and he knew that it was something that we were very passionate about. Yeah. So he was like, I'll sit through an episode. Even though he do not like nothing gory, gruesome, killing, zombies, all that stuff, thrillers, he don't like none of that. But
suspense stuff. Now, if it's action, all that.
And was like, oh, okay, I see why, like, you guys like this stuff, right? So,
understanding. You guys compromising and understanding.
So then that brings us to the next question. How do you handle disagreements?
We usually talk them out. I mean, you know, it's sometimes y'all not gonna agree on everything all the time. The one thing is we are both like strong-minded individuals. We both bosses. You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of the, I don't say cons, but like that's the thing when you a power couple. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we both the boss. So sometimes it's like it's a dance because you got to determine, okay, like we both the boss. Okay, who's taking the lead on this? And I think it's situational, like on how we do that. But we just always communicate. And, you know, one of the main things, too, is just having that trust factor to know, be like, all right, well, if a situation comes up and we take Char's approach to it, then I have to trust, you know what I'm saying, her plan and, like, her methods for how we going to get it done and just take the back seat and support her. And then vice versa. You know what I'm saying? If it's something come up and I look at her and, you know, I give her the rundown. I don't just be like, I'm the man, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, we'll talk it through because I value her perspective on things. And sometimes, and I've explained this to her, sometimes even after hearing her perspective, and I'm like, okay, I appreciate that, but I've made the decision to do this. But I explained to you it's not a discredit to you, but I still feel that my method in this particular time may get us a little bit further. And she's mature enough and like woman enough to be like, you know what, I'm going to support you as my husband then. And again,
Yeah.
When you do that, because the flip side to that is, let's say we do decide to do it my way, and I end up being wrong. It's not we should have did it my way. Nah, we don't do that. It's like we trust it. We placed it that trust, and it's like, all right, well, we're gonna get them next time. And so then the next time around, all right, Neezy, let's do it your way. And then I sit back, and if she mess up, I'm not going, we should have did it my way. Nah, we don't do that. Like, that's not conducive to, that's not the trust factor. You feel me?
In the beginning, I will say this did, because we've been together, or married 6 years, right? Been together since 2012, over 10 years now. I will say, in the beginning, it wasn't that smooth. In the beginning, when we would have disagreements and things like that, I would shut down.
Yeah.
I would shut down, not communicate, not talk. Like, if I was mad at him, I'd just be sitting there like,
for 2 days.
Nothing. I would still make dinner and all that stuff, and here's your food.
Gordon's fisherman fish sticks.
Then I go into the room and I would sit down.
She got mad at me one time, like I was a kid, just made some fish sticks
and
said, It wasn't even a 6-packer. It was like 3 fish sticks for dinner. I was like, man. And then that's what I did. I'm about to leave. Where are you going? Don't worry about it. I went and got me some rallies and everything. Oh, you ain't gonna bring me none of that? No. Checkers. My bad. We down south. It's called Checkers down here.
Checkers.
So, but a big beautiful.
It took a level of like us growing together and communicating and talking to get to that point. So like when we handle disagreements, we really just sit there and talk them out. Like, even if sometimes, the other one has to be like, you got to give me a second to cool down.
Yeah.
Just respecting boundaries. And so we finally got to that point where, because I know me, I used to be like, nope, you finna talk now. Yeah. You finna do it now.
She didn't want to talk at all, but when she does want to talk, you have to talk when she wants to talk.
When I want it. And so it was like, no, you can't be like that, So respecting each other's boundaries, learning that, and just really learning to communicate, because now that we have a child, you want to see your child, you want your child to see how you handle disagreements. Instead of all that, blah, 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 yelling, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. We try not at all to cuss at each other, especially in front of the child, because a lot of times when you are upset with each other, it's just a heated moment, and you're not meaning anything that you say. So instead of continuing to and all this, just take a second and cool off. We'll go in separate rooms, blah blah blah.
Like I used to tell her in the midst of an argument, like, zoom out. I used to always be like, just zoom out. Like, see the scenario, because a lot of times people can't compartmentalize. Like, we the type, like, married couples, let's say you go into an event or something, you argue on the way there, but then when you get there, y'all acting funny, or y'all arguing around home.
But it takes a level of maturity to get there.
Yeah, but you got to compartmentalize, and that's what I always told her. Like, no matter what happens, we still got to be able to pull it together to get stuff done, right? So sometimes that means that you got to, like, disengage for a minute until cooler heads prevail, then come back and talk about it.
Yep. So, that's that question. Next, now we're getting into, since we have a toddler, how do you handle date nights with a toddler?
She just come along.
Yeah.
She's part of the group. It's a group package.
That's what we do. I mean, every once in a while, we'll take her over to my parents. They stay like 40 minutes away, though. Yeah. So it's like...
Because we tried to do we drive over there and then find something in the area next to them, but they stay so far out, it ain't in the mix like that. The stuff that we want to do is
got to go all the way down in the city or all the way back on our side of town, and it's like drive over there, drive back, blah, blah, blah.
It's like 3 hours both ways.
Granted, she could stay the night, too, if we take her over there and do that. But most of the time, we're like, well, we're still going to have to come back and get her, because then we got to go back to work on Monday. So it's like, we just take her along with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we just be like, it's easier for us to just do something on our side of town, or if we're going all over there, it's just easier to be like, hey, we're going over here together. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not to say like we don't have the help. It's just far. Yeah. And it just gets to the point like, do I really want to drive? Because then like sometimes... It can be storming.
You don't even drive.
I do drive sometimes.
Sometimes. I drive all the time.
I'm a passenger princess, y'all. I drive when I have to. So if the vlogs y'all seen where I'm in a car by myself, that's because I had to drive myself. Anyways, if I could have a driver, I would. I hate traffic.
Chauffeur.
I really do. I hate sitting in traffic. But yeah, like we have the help. It's just on the other side of town. Like, and then if it's on our side of town and it start raining and all that, then we gotta drive over there. We really are like, do we really feel like driving through the storm to go, then sit where we're going to sit there for a good hour or so, then have to make that drive all the way back? That's mainly, that's our thought process, because we, one, are home bodies. We can cook some food, order some food, get some wine, and chill at home and find a movie.
It's more peaceful there.
We're good, because then at that, if I need to pause this movie and go to the bathroom, I can,
do it,
and I won't miss anything.
Nothing.
If I want some more food, I can get some more. I don't have to
for
be
free.
Like, hey man, can you just add on another thing and then your bill be $200? Then if I want to
you don't miss the previews.
Right. Then if I want to have another glass of wine.
$200.
Yeah, because if you keep adding food to it, especially like
if you're trying to go, where
if you're trying to go to Peli Peli, something like that.
I thought you meant at the movies. I was about to say, you go to the movies and they $200 for how much butter you got on that popcorn.
I'm talking about if you go to dinner.
Yeah.
But dinner, because you know you want to eat, because they give you these little tiny portions of food.
The little steak McNuggets.
So it's like I can just buy the food at the grocery store, cook it, watch a movie here, pause the movie. We can buy 2 bottles of wine and we can drink as much. I don't have to pay $14 for 1 cup of wine.
Just a little cup.
So yeah, that's
here's your wine glass.
Just like that.
Cheers, baby.
Cheers. Then it's gone, right? Yeah. So
yeah, we got props. Yeah, real entertainment right here. Yeah.
Well, so since we have a toddler, are there plans for another child?
Yeah.
Yes.
Babies cost money, man.
Yeah, so there are plans for another child. Y'all continue to blow up these videos. Y'all will definitely see another child.
Yeah, it's really what we waiting on is for London to be fully potty trained, because we not trying to have to change 2 sets of diapers.
And
she almost there. She getting there. So
almost. She's almost.
Look for it. Skeeter baby number 2 on the way. Not on the way, but coming soon.
So then we also have another question. It says, I see that you are homeschooling London. Are there any plans for daycare? Is she in daycare now, or are you guys just completely homeschooling?
Well, we had a discussion on that.
I don't like daycares.
We had to talk through it, because she was considering it, and I wasn't a fan of it, because I wasn't. We didn't go to daycare. My grandmother watched us. There was 20 of us, right? And she watched all of us. So nah, like I believe that ain't nobody gonna love your baby the way you love your baby, or the family, like non-family not gonna love your baby the way that they love it. And then honestly, I feel like in the early stages, that's where they like develop the most. The best way you could develop your baby the fastest is if you spend time with them and teach them and stuff, because you go to daycare, they gonna do little activities and stuff, but they just watching your baby. And sometimes they ain't even doing that. They just letting them run around and they goo goo gaga with other little kids that's goo goo gaga. Our daughter could talk and articulate herself because she be having conversations with adults. We don't baby her, oh, little princess baby.
Yeah.
We talk to her like, like a kid, but we don't baby talk her. We talk to her in complete sentences and those things. And that's why her linguistics and her, like, the way she talk and everything is so, like, mature for her age. So I feel like that's leaps and bounds, but that's giving her that focus and that attention. She can count up to 20 now. Yeah. She know all of her ABCs. She ain't even 3 yet. You know what I'm saying? She can read. You know what I'm saying? She's working on her writing, the way she can hold her pencil and all that. You still got kids that's walking around holding their pencil like this. Our baby up here, she write better than I do. For real. Like,
but you guys have seen, like, and especially in Vlogmas, you've seen, like, the things that we do for homeschool. And if you have been following me, the only reason you guys have known, the only reason why I did consider daycare at one time was to socialize her. Yeah. Because that's the only thing I get into my head about.
We're just going to have another baby.
I work from home and we're homeschooling, and it's mainly just us and the dog here all day. So I'm talking to her, but then there's not another child here that's talking with her is what, like, always gets in my head about it. But, excuse me, talking with, like, some of the people who, like, I always tell y'all, the teacher friends that we have, then talking with, when we ran into a neighbor outside who is kind of in the same situation, but she started doing the Mommy's Day Out with the church across the street. And she's like, our daughters are the same age. She goes, but your daughter is very articulate. She was like, she can speak well. she talked. She was like, "You're doing an amazing job." She was like, "I know that maybe, you know, the socializing part." She's like, "Because that's the whole reason she put her daughter in the church there, was to socialize her." She goes, "But honestly, with her going to the church for the 2 days a week," she was like, "I feel like it didn't help her to talk more." And she goes, "I just feel like she just gets a bunch of colds."
Yeah.
She was like, her daughter gets sick a lot, and her daughter still, she really doesn't talk, but she said every time she comes outside, she sees London, she goes, "Hi, London." And she was like, "We need to play more because your daughter has actually started making my daughter talk." Even she was like, she takes her daughter to swim class and she'll play and talk to some of the kids there in the water. But she was like, when she sees London, she really
lights
talks.
up. Yeah.
And so I was like,
our baby's the cool kid. That's all.
I like that. That really was like, yeah. So next question goes into a little bit of our fitness. It says,
your fitness. I'm fine. I'm trash, y'all.
It says, "Do you guys recommend working out together or separately?" You know.
Well, so here's the thing. It flipped because we started off working out together. I was Mr. Gym Rat, man. I was too intense for her. She didn't want to work out with me. Then as when she started to take her fitness journey like super serious, she like surpassed me. And so we would work out, but like we would go to the gym together, but like we would just split off and do our own thing. But then I started, like, my schedule started filling up real fast. I have a real far commute, like, when I have to go into the office. So my workout schedule just, like, fell off. Hers doubled up now, and it's like, she, like, super intense. So I'm kind of like, dang, I'm trash out here. Like, I got to, like, step my game back up. Like, because I feel like she would be intimidating to work out with. Now I couldn't keep up with her, so...
Bro, I go hard now, and
it's crazy how it flipped like that though. Yeah.
But like I did it because I want to be healthy. Now I pulled the muscle, and I had a pinched nerve. Y'all seen that? So I haven't been working out, and I miss it. I haven't been working out for like 3 weeks, and I just honestly feel like a bum. I was like, I need to lift some weights. I need to do some kind of workout. It's like I need to do this, but I'm actually just allowing my body to heal. I'm listening to my body, but I honestly want to work out. I really do, but I don't want to rush back into it too fast. So I recommend
getting started today, guys. Do you even lift, bro?
I do recommend working out together because one, especially when you're on your weight lift journey, it's better to have your significant other there with you and can spot you and help you with the weights rather than
get some, bro. Get some, dude.
Some random person coming up like, here,
hey,
let
baby
me help
girl.
you, you know?
Oh, did you tell them the story about when the guy
I did not.
was checking you out at the gym?
So this is like when we used to work out. You can tell them. So we used to go to the gym together. Before we had London, we would go to the gym together.
Yeah.
But we would work out separately, but we would just go there together. And so
I was on the machine, and you know, the guy was like, we could just like take turns or whatever, so you ain't gotta wait. I'm like, all right, whatever. So while we going back and forth on the machine, she come walking past, and he was like, dang, look at her over there, dark-skinned girl. I was like, I just laughed. And I'm not the jealous type. Like I love my wife, but I'm not possessive or anything like that, because it's my wife. I trust her and all of that. And then also, like, if ain't nobody checking your girl out, you probably need a new girl. Like, I'm just saying, like, I ain't trying to judge nobody, but like, that's a compliment, you feel me? And so, like, the dude was like, man, she bad as hell, man. I need me a woman like that. I was like, oh, like her? Was we married at the time, or was we engaged?
We were engaged.
We was engaged. I was like, oh, that's my fiance. He's like, man, no, it ain't. No, it ain't. I was like, yeah, it is. He was like, man, that ain't your fiance. Man, you talking shit. For real, for real. I was like, watch this. And I walked over there. I ain't say nothing. I was like, bang, let me get a sip of your water. And I drank water right out of her little jug thing. He's like, man, my bad, dog. Man, I was like, you all good? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's like that time we was at the mall together, and I walked a little ahead of him, and the young dudes was like, damn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we walked into the store. She went to go over there. I'm over here. Some dude's like, man, look at all that ass. And I just walked up to them. I was like, man, y'all little niggas don't even know what to do with all that. And then they was like, man, what you mean? What's that? And then she walked up, babe, you ready? Walked up to the register, bought her shoes, looked at the little, and then kept it moving.
Yeah. So,
cold play.
Y'all know I'm not going to hold y'all long. So this is the last two questions. First question is, at first I wasn't going to even entertain this question, but it was one of those, have we ever had to do, but that's why I was saying I'm going to answer it because some people may have. You
I
know,
ain't gonna entertain that. What we
so
entertaining?
have you had to deal with like any exes coming into your DMs or anything since you've been married or together? A while ago, well, it wasn't even an ex, right? It was I didn't know this person at all. It was somebody who liked me on Facebook.
Oh, was that the dude you broke up with? He was trying to come back? No, people.
Well, I was like, I didn't even know this dude. And so it was some dude like me. He kept messaging me. I would never give him the time of day, nothing, but I would continue to post pictures of us. Then one time in my inbox, he goes, I know you see my messages. I don't like being ignored. It was like, bro, who are you? But we haven't had to deal with any exes. Did you have to deal with any exes that was?
Nah, well, even before, like, all my exes, like, we ended everything, like, respectfully. You feel me? And it's always, like, a mutual respect there. So, like, nah. Like, we haven't had those issues. You feel me? Like, I like to consider myself a person, like, I carry myself a certain way. Yeah. I carry myself a certain way. I don't be trying to come with, like, no drama or, like, no baggage or stuff like that. So, nah.
Yeah, so we haven't dealt with that. Last question is, what's next?
More money, more cars, more clothes, more... No, I'm playing. No, it's just like we go keep working.
Yeah, growing our platform.
Keep expanding. It's not even so much as doing more. It's just executing at a higher level the stuff that we already at. Like, we've established the foundation for a lot of things going forward. We have our daughter as like... we have each other, but we have our daughter as our motivating factor to, like, we want to build. Like, we have... Between the two of us, we got 3-4 companies.
Yep.
5 companies. Like, it's a lot. We got a bunch of companies, brands, whatever. But, like, the goal is to drive the value of everything that we own up. Yeah. So that, like, not... and because most times people are like, oh, I want to have our business be thriving so that we can pass it down to our daughter and she could run it. And it's like, no, a successful business for your kids is one that is going to keep generating money whether they take it on or not. And the goal is for it to run without them having to take it on so they can do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's what I'm concerned about. Like, so getting the vlog stuff going, getting the travel agency going, keeping the podcast rolling, getting more marketing clients. You know what I'm saying? All of that. Like, that's what we do. Yes.
And make sure y'all book with me for your next trip. Yeah. You know?
And go to mncagency.com, man. You can submit a consultation form or whatever, and we'll be in touch. We can help you with whatever your creative projects are like, whatever campaigns and stuff you're working on with your brand, any marketing things that you need, man, all of that. Like, that's what I'm here for.
And make sure you hit that link in the description down low and get your Instant Moisture Duo for your hair. Yeah. For your beards and for your locks, okay? All right, Natural Loves, thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was a little bit more of a get to know us. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Don't be stealing our identities either.